And I'm now going to bring Nargis in. So let me just look for her again. I had her here. I guess I have to take the screen first. So stand by, Nargis. I know I need the okay, Nargis. I've now made you a panelist. I'm going to unmute you. Welcome back to F.A.C.E.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, 007. How are you, secret agent woman?
I guess I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, and I hope you're. Yeah, I mean, I hear your voice and all that in these things, and looks good. You're doing good, singing and all that.
Oh, you heard that? Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, you can share your screen by just rolling the mouse, and you'll see a green box that'll say share.
Oh yeah, below, right?
Right.
This will stop sharing. Do you want to continue?
That's okay. Yeah, okay. Go ahead, take it.
Yes, and
pick your screen.
This one, I think this is the correct one. This desktop to share. What do you see? Do you see my Twitter?
I do. I see Mish. I see Mish, and I see SHF, and God, I don't see Forex Stop Hunter in there at all. But it's okay.
Then we are the right screen.
All right. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Here's my first question for you, Nargis, yes. Because I know from watching your Twitter feed and what you put out there that you're a very hardworking person, and you spend a lot of time with your analysis and your trading. How many hours a day do you think you dedicate towards screening, charting, trading markets? How many hours?
Truly speaking, these days I don't spend that much because I'm only tracking the main market.
Okay.
SPY, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe a few stocks here and there, like, the main stocks, Amazon or Apple, or few others which come into radar, like the ones which I was posting because it's earnings season. So some of the things which were already I was going through, like Roku and TTD and those things.
Okay.
Because I had identified a pattern in them. So I was just trying to follow through. But mainly these days, I'm only trading SPX, the credit spreads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So give me a number. 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day?
Oh yeah, approximately total 2 hours just going through some of my trades as well, and that also, and then posting some stuff and looking at the screen and all that. Because if it's only ES and SPY and XPX, you know where those numbers are. So I, like, in my sleep also those numbers go around in my head. So
okay, do you have trading dreams?
I know I have trading. Yeah. All these numbers are like my head is floating.
Okay.
All these numbers.
All right. Well, my point being, and once you've made some breakthroughs as a trader, it doesn't require the same time. But my belief is self-directed plus lazy equals failure.
Yes, definitely.
So, you can't be lazy. You can narrow your focus and therefore there's less time. But I remember spending 8 hours a day trading, analyzing, and you can't learn experience. It only happens with the passing of time, and that's screen time. You have to put in the time.
Yes,
so
I do.
I bet you used to.
No, I even do that now also, like,
Yeah.
So the only reason I try to get away from my screen is, number one, to walk.
Okay.
Instead of sitting on the chair, and also like trying not to become an making it an addiction for me, that, oh my God, weekend, what am I going to do if I'm not in front of the screen? I'm not seeing those candles. What am I going to do?
Okay.
So, but for me, starting from 5 minutes to the monthly chart, I still go and look through it multiple times so that sometimes there is new revelation when you look it again. Sometimes
Exactly.
you miss something. Sometimes a new idea comes through to it. So I
Okay.
still do that.
Okay.
There's no
So
escape to hard work.
we're looking at your S&P chart,
Yeah.
and tell us what you're seeing. Obviously, that's a pretty important support level there that we held, and I see it looks like clouds. So
Yeah.
you have some clouds, and you have fibs.
Yes.
Looks
So
like you
this.
even do fibs on
Oh yeah, my
RSI.
RSI. Yes, that's my one. That's my one go-to favorite thing other than my 10 SMA. So I have this 10 SMA on my chart, and then I generally look at RSI, what it's doing, because sometimes it gives an indication or an idea to what it can do or what can happen sometimes. So
Okay.
in combination with this and the price, sometimes it gives me clues as well.
Is it that lowest, that RSI rating that we had last week, under 30, even though we've recovered from that,
Yeah.
give you any kind of market message that it went all the way down there, that the pressure was at extreme
This
momentum?
6th August you're talking about,
Yeah.
this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was because it was a sharp fall.
Mm-hmm.
And plus this one, this particular 6th August, it had poked below this. But the beauty of this is I just took this, I had seen this swing, and this fell right at 4618.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I
I
mean,
saw you tweet that.
yeah. So, I mean, there is nothing below that. I mean, in terms of FIB, we haven't gone below that or seen into 5 series. So I thought that could be enough, for
Right. Right.
for now at least, or a bear flag or something.
Okay, so are you leaning more towards selling rallies maybe at the into the cloud above it? Looks like 2960, 70, or in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
range?
29, 60, 69 is still an, see today, right now when the market is running,
Yeah.
we hit right at 55 EMA, and that's where we are stalling. It's
Uh-huh.
ES is thinking what it wants to do. So when the market opens, maybe it'll breeze through. This is the Bollinger Band, mid band. So
Okay.
until it's trading here, this is still not so. Uh, no, no, this
It could
55
fail
EMA
from
can
here
still,
is what you're
yes,
saying.
55 EMA can still 29, 25 area.
Okay.
This area is still something. So this is where currently, these green bands, I see the price in. And this is where again it came down. This was the support. And that's when I tweeted that if this low is good and if we do this ABC, we can see a higher pricing into some extensions, into 2900s. So let's
Okay.
see what happens around 25, 20, 29, 25, 44, because 44, this was the
Yeah.
previous resistance. So what it does about it,
You think there's at least one or two buy stops above that high?
possible, definitely.
Yeah.
2969 was my earlier number I had printed. So because that was one area it had not touched before, maybe it'll
Right.
go there and touch it. And someone else was printing a higher number than that, 2990, Ben Mendal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because
Maldonado. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
thank you.
All
So
right.
I had uh, uh, yeah, so I had published this one, wild theory. If this low is held, then we can see higher, into those. So he had said that he also sees a similar pattern going into 2990.
Okay.
So
All right,
who knows?
interesting. I used to trade options, but
Uh,
I was like naive. Okay,
yeah.
I bought them. All right, and really, most of the people that make money in options are the house. They sell them, they write
Yes.
them. So, uh, tell us a little bit about your strategy in
Yes.
credit spreads. What's the ideal scenario that the market goes nowhere and you just take advantage of time decay?
Um, yes, that is there. But these days, what I'm doing is XPX expires 3 days in a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right?
Okay,
When it's not the monthly expiration, the other weeks are fairly okay. I mean, these days VIX is high, so the chop is like 100 points up, 100 points down, big candles. So it's a little wild ride. But other than that, today I was just looking what to do with XPX. If it doesn't go above 25 or stalls, I may see where it opens, and I may open a CCS, call credit spread around 29, 45, 50, because we are already 30, 35 points up. So I'll open another, 20 points up. These days, just being a little bit careful, not doing it closer to the price. So I look at 30-minute chart and see, how it is doing. Are we really at up, or how the momentum is? Then I just take it. And these days, like in the past 2 weeks or so, I'm trying to close it at 50% to 80%. Otherwise, most of the time it expires worthless. Sometimes I take it same day, or sometime I take it. This day when we were talking about, sorry, here I had taken a few PCS, put credit spreads. I had taken 4 or 5 put credit spreads at different levels. 28, 15, 28, 20, 35, 40, 50, 5 wide. And by Friday, it was all worthless because we gapped up
Nice.
into 28.90. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
And some spy calls for 286, and they were nicely up.
Okay, so is this a fairly recent development that you started trading credit spreads instead of outright position trading in futures?
I was doing this before also, but it was less because there were so many stocks also, and you get like, oh my God, this is doing this is gapping up, there is news about this. So then I thought this is too much noise, and you can't follow that many stocks.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like a human being or like a stupid person you can call, I still make mistakes about, not closing the position outright, or, getting greedy, or letting the loss go deeper sometimes.
Okay.
So then I said, okay, I expect this year to be volatile because it's going up, it's going down, and it's too much, So I thought, let me try this XPX, and that has been working very well so far. Just take the credit spread, and then, and most of the time, it either expires worthless, or at least 50% is not a bad profit if you take $2 or $2.5 credit.
No.
Almost ATM.
You annualize that out, it's huge.
Yeah,
So, you're mentoring people. I believe Frisco said that you were teaching him how to trade credit spreads.
Yeah, so actually, I don't know how. Originally, I said, when I started this, a lot of my friends and friends of friends, they started knowing about it, and they said, okay, you teach us, you tell us, or something. So with those friends, I had started a group. Then I became active on Twitter, and a lot of people come and ask me, how do you do this? This and all. So I was literally, let's say, cornered into opening a chat group. But that's a nice experience, because I learned a lot by the questions, because I put in extra hard work, because I don't want to tell somebody which I'm not convinced of, right? I mean, there is still a chance of being wrong, or that thing not working out, but that has made me a little disciplined, and also made me a little bit more tolerant, because, people are very happy when they make money. They may not tell you thank you, but if something goes wrong, they'll come after you, right? So,
and that's something.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. So yeah, you see the worst side of people when it comes.
Yeah. Yes. So, but so far people are all good, and so
just wait.
I know. I mean,
Right.
but then,
Amen.
you have to keep faith in humanity that the world is all good. Otherwise,
Amen. So, you're looking at this S&P, and you also, when you're working with people, it makes you more accountable too, doesn't it?
Yes. So that's why, that's why, when we did this trade, I knew that I mean, at least looking at the chart, it said that it wants to move up, but I was like, oh my God, if it doesn't move up and falls below this, then I'm screwed. I said buy 286 calls, and
Yeah.
use your stop loss. But then it was good. People made money and they were happy, and
Right.
So
Okay.
so far it's good, and
Okay.
it's all free. I'm just giving. I mean, as I said in my first interview, I was more interested in getting the women to look at this because they have so much expertise and they're doing so much. So why not at least, dabble your hands? I mean, you don't have to take care of your portfolio, but know about what's happening in the world by and large and see why things happen.
It's
So
a
a lot
good
of
mission.
women, yeah. So a lot of women women I have mentored, and they're still there. A lot of my friends, they've started trading, and they started understanding why things happen or what to look for and all that stuff and stuff like that. A lot of people protected their money when things, somewhere here or here or here, or, here. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
so at least got some good blessings there.
Okay. So S&Ps, basically credit spreads, and you think there could be, if we get through this 55 moving average, some more
Yes,
upside. Do you see a shot for new highs here?
actually that is still a possibility,
Okay.
because yes, because where, it is, yes, I do still a possibility, because 3025 3000, sorry, not 3025, that was a GAN number, and
Okay.
we went there, and market reacted here
Yeah,
properly.
everyone was looking for 30, 40, 30, 50
Yes,
back there.
yes, but
Maybe we're still going there.
yeah, we can, because see this line, this is
Uh-huh.
1, 2, and maybe, the third.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, generally 1, 2, 3, boom. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, boom.
Yeah.
That
Threes. Yeah.
Yeah, the three reversals. That
Yeah, I
that,
think I've
that is, this
heard of that,
happens.
the three
Yes,
drive
yes.
formation
This
somewhere.
Yeah, this happens all the time. Uh,
Okay. All right. So yeah, on the weekly you already have it.
See, the
Yeah.
monthly, it already touched,
Monthly.
and that's how it reacted. And
Yeah.
there is a bearish divergence still here. So
Glaring.
yes, so this distance, it increased a lot again monthly to 10 SMA.
Yeah.
Next candle, it reduced that distance, touched it, and then moved up. So this was another reason I was more confident that it should at least bounce back, to correct the
Yeah.
technicals, because it touched here. So that's on a monthly chart, that's a big thing. Uh,
Okay.
so
All right. So anything besides S&Ps that you wanted to
uh,
talk about, or continue with S&Ps?
Yes. Yeah. So, I was looking at gold as well. I
Okay.
posted a few of the things regarding gold,
Okay.
uh, and surprisingly, gold was also following. Okay. Why doesn't this chart show anything about gold? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I think this trading view must have erased my whatever I must have drawn. But if you see, this is also following all the GAN levels so far. All the numbers I had printed out. 1500, 1521, 1541. It last time it reacted around 1541 and pulled back sharply. So currently, one of the reasons I'm saying that it may pull back also is this weekly RSI 82 plus. That's a lot of pressure on price right now. So
Just
maybe,
because it's overextended, but
over overextended and
but
reached
no
a
divert.
level.
If you look at the daily, though, you do have glaring divergence on the RSI, don't you?
Yes. So yes, but just some normalization. It hasn't come down to its 21 EMA in a long time. Oh, it did. But the overall bull trend is still intact.
Okay.
Only thing I see is when I was trying to do the price calculation based on the price levels based on the GAN method, I saw that 1521 was a good spot for it to either retrace a couple of price cycles down, or if it breezes through it, then it will head into 1700s.
Okay.
Because as you know, GAN does price cycles in certain numbers. So this was a crucial number. It had done 6 cycles. So either
Do you,
you move down to 4 or move down to 10.
do you use a GAN wheel?
Uh,
How
yeah,
do you calculate, or how do you calculate
yeah,
price
those
and time frame?
yes, those angles 45, 90,
Uh-huh.
360, 180, 260.
Okay.
So those intermittent numbers, when they come in, they generally are either 45 degree or 90 degrees. And then that's where, you know, something like 3025, right? We said that's a GAN level and price should react there, but E has moved more than that a little bit. So that's what I've seen. Price always jumps 25% than what the GAN number is, just to the next level, maybe to bull trap. Yeah,
Okay.
to bull trap or bear trap. I mean, downside, it would be a bear trap.
Okay.
But then the beauty is it waits for XPX to go to that level as well.
Okay.
So,
All right. So, you know what my favorite WD GAN statement is? If you don't learn how to change your mind, you won't have any change left. So,
yes.
okay. So, learning how to change your mind, what would turn you bearish, gold? That this, because if you look at, say, the monthly chart on gold, we really,
Oh, see?
okay, so we're really not that much above the 50% retracement. I think was 1480. And look at the month we're having so far. I mean, when you look at it from 1900 down to 1050, couldn't this be a bear market rally?
Yes, definitely. Because see, right now we are at 50%. See, it's right at 50%.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's looking to see what it wants to do.
Okay.
And looks a little bit extended here. The weekly is extended, so maybe take a month's rest or so, and then
Okay.
push up into 1600, 1625. But if it pushes above 1521, I think it may do very well do this 786, 742, 1760 or so. 1765 was the next number, so
Okay.
somewhere in this range, somewhere here between 618 to here, it can do that easily.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do
sorry.
you think that the S&Ps and the gold gold kind of got a lift on that last big sell-off in S&Ps on the trade war data? Do you think that it's being used as a hedge when the market looks bad, or is it possible if the market really gets bad that people sell everything and they have profits in gold, that it may even create some liquidation pressure in gold?
That could be, but again, I generally don't trade gold that much. I do look
Okay.
at the chart. So I am not so sure about whether this relationship is going hand in hand, because there were
Okay.
days when both were up.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
then, yeah, and since I don't look at gold all the time, uh, I don't say how closely they are married or how much love they have in
Right.
between or hate they have in between to
Yeah.
do that. And then there is currencies also. So to me, all this correlation, sometimes it's in sync, sometimes it's totally out of sync. So
Yeah. They work till they stop.
yeah, so I won't comment into going into liquidation or what people are doing. The only thing what the Twitter world says is, oh, this is bullish, that is bullish, and the only thing I see is, okay, hit my level, it's doing this. That's all I see.
Okay. So now that you're working with traders and helping them break into the market, what would you consider one of the more important things that you teach?
Discipline.
Okay. And how
Yes,
do you teach someone discipline?
uh, people get, I mean, as a human being, you get really, really enthusiastic because once you make some money, I know I have people there who says, if they've made some money, $100, a few $100 in a trade, depending on how many contracts they bought, it's like, oh, you can do it and it's a success. So they immediately want to jump into the next trade. Right.
Right. Right.
So one of the things to teach is patience. Wait for the setup and then start it, and plus taking profits. I'm just trying to teach them, or not teach them, I mean, because I have to teach myself as well all the time. Take profits in parts, right?
Okay.
Either in one thirds or in halves, so that at least you have take off some risk already off the table versus trying to get all x number of contracts at the same time. uh,
Yeah, not try to be all in, all out at the same time. I think that's
yes.
a
Yeah.
great mentoring,
Yes.
Nargis, and I wish you continued success in paying it forward to people, and I hope they start thanking you for the hard work, because for you to have gained wisdom you had to go through a lot
Yes, I
to
mean,
do it.
yes, and I mean, losses are part of life, and I have done
Yeah.
blunders of my own,
Yes.
and
Oh,
and I'm still trying to avoid them.
okay. So, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you? Would it be via Twitter
Via
at
Twitter, yeah.
Nargis 007's?
Yes, yes.
That's it.
Nargis 007, yes.
Okay. All right. So there she is.
Yeah.
And there's someone that is you could learn some things from. At the minimum, I recommend you follow Nargis and look at the charts that she shares. And I want to thank you for coming here today, Nargis, and
Thanks,
sharing
Dale.
sharing your trading experiences with us and some of the views you have in the market.
Dale, sometimes I think like, is it worth doing sitting alone in a room in a chair and, missing my job? Some days I do that, missing the salary and all that. Then I realize like, oh, I get interviewed, Dale calls me and some other good traders calls me. So, I am doing something right for me to being recognized in so much early in the game when people have put in so many, many years and gained so many, many experience, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah, that
yeah.
helps. That's a good motivation I get from you and other
Well,
people. So
I love to lift others up, and you know what, Nargis? The cream always rises to the top.
yes. Oh,
So
so
thank you so much.
are you
Huh?
saying I'm the cream?
You're the cream. You're the cream of the crop on Twitter. How
Thank
about
you.
that?
No,
So
no, thank you. I much
yeah,
appreciate it
your
actually, and
husband
thanks
is
to.
not your only fan.
Oh yeah, my husband.
He's
He's
your
a good
number
guy.
one fan, but you have many
Yes.
fans, include me as one, my Trading Warriors
I know.
sister.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dale, and have a good day. And thanks everyone who follows me, puts in a good word, and I really, really appreciate it.
Okay, good hunting, Nargis. Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you very much. That's a wrap, everyone. I'll see everyone for Turnaround Tuesday. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings, and we'll see everyone for Turnaround Tuesday. Adios. Take it easy. You're welcome, DJ. You're welcome, Shabab. Stavros, see ya. Lena, see ya.